Okay, let's start from to take it step by step. As a basic notion, shame in Hebrew is a description of the condition in order to activate the power of return, of Shuva. Okay, so Busha is actually as everything that relates to what is in the meaning of Bet, okay, which is to do with creation, Bria, and beginning. Okay, so it suggests that Busha is the beginning of the ability to return to the way we were emanated, or to return to the form that the Creator can actually bestow His light or His will upon us, and we will receive it. Same meaning. We will receive it in the same quality of the intention. So it will be good. We will feel it as good. Okay. So what is in Hebrew shame? That is actually coming from the power that is holding tshuva, or holding the ability to overcome a reality of extension, of the extension, or of the way the light extends itself. It's Bina. So Nehama De Kisufa, first Nehama is to do with that which connects us. It's the bread. It's it's everything to do with the way on the most basic level we are able to connect to the purpose, or to the reason of our existence and our life. But it's a specific connection. It's something that actually awakens in us longing. But this is Kisufa. Kisufa has to do with longing. It's a bread of longing. So what we're saying is, when that kind of connection is awakening in us, when Bina extends herself to Malchut, we call it in the experience, inside the experience of our life, the awakening of the point in the heart. Then what is awakened is Nehama De Kisufa, the need first, the admission that we cannot feel, that we don't know, we don't have the ways to be able to acknowledge a true presence of the light, but not knowing and wishing to know is the right vessel. One can say is the right want, or lack, or whatever. Want is a good word for this. So, and that relates to Kalim the Idiot. We have as well a priest. There is the great priest, or the high priest, and the priest which is called Hediot. Okay, which is to do with, and we see that the difference is in the garment. Yeah, meaning in the way the service, both are in service, but to go into the internality, you have to wear something different. Okay, so we know that let's say the garment of Kohen Idiot, or the priest, or the low priest, are white. Okay, so it's the basic level of beginning the work. It's not from completely outside, but one can say it has a lot of limitations. But there is a discovery of the limitation. So the first let's say function of shame is to awaken one to longing. Second function of it is to realize the state that we are in, and to know that we are being garbed and dressed by the higher, in order for the shame not to inhibit us from furthering the work. And that's actually it's the, one can say, the name for it in Hebrew. This is the true meaning of kapara. So the shame has to do with the awakening, and if I am awakening to see my state, I see that I don't have the right dress or the right vessel to enter. So I'm ashamed. So something is sort of covering me, holding me, surrounding me with a sense and with a power that it will cover me till I will grow into it, one can say, but it will allow me to enter the work. So this is actually in the story of why actually the king wish that the person will use his vessels, what he prepared. Yeah. So what he prepared is sort of comparing, is entering into comparison. And when one can say the role of Bina is to obliterate the comparison, because comparison is made by the will to receive to oneself, and it's one can say it's a shame from the wrong reason. It doesn't promote you, okay? But if you're saying I'm not worthy, but something truly, because I'm feeling not worthy, something actually cover me and allow me to enter, because I'm willing actually not to think, not to actually calculate with my vessels or with my abilities, but to calculate with the will of the higher. He wish this state of longing, of feeling inadequate, in order to enable me to rise to a different level. But you need to have those two. It's not in order to sort of punish oneself for, because if you punish yourself for your inabilities, you're actually rejecting the Creator, because He created us with those inability to recognize them and to be able to rise above them, and there is a help and means like Torah that is there for us to use for that purpose. You know? So this is so Baalotcha is really, it's what we're doing, let's say, man-made, say, man-made holy vessels, or what the sacred um, articles or vestment, or so what is in that, which is of course nothing to compare to the formation of the spirit world. How that actually relates to the work or to the wish of the Creator from humanity. This is why Chazal is asking, does he need its light, the light of the menorah? How it is arranged, what is the arrangement actually, what it suggests. Okay, so this is why we need to understand what this story is about. The story is about how, however grand a temple or a tabernacle will look, and the most rare and precious material that we will invest in it, it's always poor in relation to to our intention. So we can say, well, it's not enough, so we can never achieve the state in which, or the level in which it will be enough. But then everything is sort of surrounding the Shekhinah, that is surrounding and resides actually in the tabernacle, in the Mishkan, suggests that there is joy in those preparation, or in investment, or building ourselves, our let's say identity, mentality, way of thinking, way of doing things according to the wish of the higher. It's true, it's poor, but this is the way to raise ourselves into the level that it is acceptable. So it's always the conflict and the contradiction between the corporeal existence and the spirit and the spiritual. So actually the tension in the tabernacle is the tension of spirit and body and corporal body. Okay, because the question is, can corporal existence relate or rise to the standard and to the level and to the degree of the spirit need or the spirit quality? So Balotcha is the answer, yes. Yeah, Balotcha suggests that even if you are, a simple layman, a simple man, a simple creature, a simple human, I would say, a simple person, lady, or it's very important, the part of the actual malchut. Yeah, this is why this is the the debate between Moses and the angels. Okay, because it's clear for them that Torah, with a coarse dressing as we encounter it as stories, is for humanity. It's not clear to them that the internal part of Torah is for Israel or for humanity. It seems to them that it befits them more than humanity, because they are vessels of bestow. Why actually vessels of reception should get Torah? Because they're very low and they're opposite. And the answer is because they can actually undress and penetrate, and they need to penetrate. And they start, or the person in the story that the king is about to visit is reforming his vessel, especially for the visit. So actually, he's starting to work with what we call with a screen. He's working with a will to receive to oneself, and he's reforming it with a screen of bestowal. This is what he's now. When he sees that, and he sees the vessel, the true vessel of the king that his servants are bringing, the comparison starts, and he's saying it's not worthy for the king, but the king prefers that because the angels, the forces that are his servant, let's say from birth, by nature, okay, do not have to go through all the choosing, the reformation, going into the world of klipot, which is Egypt, and for that they need Torah. Angels do not need it. So this is why to actually start with the meaning of menorah in our work. Okay, the meaning of it's not only that the menorah is actually a place that indicates, doesn't symbolize, indicates the work of reformation for the 6,000 years, meaning lights and the nature and quality of light, which will be sort of collected to illumine the seventh. Okay,